Welcome back. As you know, I'm Eli, the computer guy, here for the Daily Blob, where I say, haven't we heard this story before? I think we heard this story not that long ago. So this is interesting. Basically, Meta is putting a brake on hiring AI talent because they're not really sure what to do with all the AI talent that they've already hired. Oh, because if there's one thing you've got to say about Mark Zuckerberg, is that boy doesn't seem to learn some basic lessons. And so I think this is curious, especially in the AI world. And this is happening in real time, so I can spitball on it in real time. Like this whole thing of like IT and tech jobs. One of the hard parts I have with followers and students nowadays is this whole thing like I want a job crap out there. And what I have to explain to them is the job market in the tech world has just been entirely screwed up. Not really because of the tech employees, just because of the idiocy of how we finance a lot of these technology companies and how money is derived, right? And I've talked about this before with COVID, right? So when COVID was happening, there's this whole idea that everybody's going to work from home. Remember that? Remember when everybody was going to work from home? Obviously, that's the future. Anyways, and so since everybody was going to work from home, these software as a service cloud-based companies, they needed to hire more staff in order to improve their services and scale their services, right? And the issue though is in the technology world, we scale what's called exponentially. Not linearly. A hamburger place, right? One person can make 100 hamburgers per hour. If you need to make 200 hamburgers per hour, you need 2 people. 300 hamburgers per hour, you need 3 people. 1,000 hamburgers per hour, you need 10 people, right? That's what's called scaling linearly. In the technology world, we scale exponentially. One server requires 1 admin. 100 servers require 2 admins, 1,000 servers require 3 admins, and 10,000 servers require 4 admins, right? And so one of the things I argued back then is why it was fucking idiotic is like Meta hired something like 20,000 people in like a 2-year time frame. And the whole idea is like, we've got to grow. So yeah, but that's just not how infrastructure grows. Right? You're not a burger chain, right? You're not the next Cold Stone or whatever, where you need to open up all of these storefronts, and then all of these storefronts have to have at least 10 employees in there for at least 15 hours a day, and then you need truck drivers, and then you need warehouse people, and then right? That's a whole linear scaling thing. I mean, I'm just gonna put this out there. This may sound very controversial, but dear Mark Zuckerberg, you don't own a fucking ice cream shop. But anyways, right? So they hired 20,000 people. All these companies are hiring tens of thousands of employees. Why? I don't fucking know. It didn't make sense then, right? There were literally people that were putting out blog posts on TikTok and saying, I've been with one of these FANG companies for a year and I still don't know what my job is. Oh, their checks came in. Direct deposited in their account. I still didn't know what their tasking was. Like, that's real. Remember when working at a FANG company meant that you were cutting edge, right? You were doing things people couldn't even imagine. And you got this whole batch of employees working in these FANG companies who literally said, I don't even know what my tasking is. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do here, other than I guess eat a quinoa salad or whatever. And so I talked about, right? It's the utter insanity. It's the idea that it's more important for investors to put asses in seats to pretend like you're growing and successful than it is actually shoving products out the door. And so I think that's what we're starting to see right now in the AI space. So AI. Look, AI is fine. LLMs are fine. This shit's fine. But it's just not what people make it out to be. Like it's not worth this much. It's just like I can't like I was questioning how much this shit was worth when they were talking about like $100 billion or whatever. Literally, Sam Altman came out and said he wants to invest over trillions of dollars simply to build the data centers for AI. That's one company. That's just OpenAI wants to spend trillions of dollars, right? In this fiscal year alone, there's going to be $450 billion in CapEx expenses for AI. I mean, think about the return that is required to make that a valuable investment, right? If you are an investor, if you invest $1, you don't want to get 50 cents back. You don't want to get $1 back. You don't even really want to get $1.25 back. What do you really want to get? You want to get $10 back, right? And that's not being greedy or anything else. That's what you're shooting for, right? So if they put $450 billion in CapEx expenses into investment this year, that means investors want to shoot for $4.5 trillion in value coming back to them, right? And then you have Sam Altman coming out there, and he alone wants to spend trillions of dollars on data centers, which means, right, the return there would then be 10 to 20 trillion dollars for the investors to be happy. And the problem is, this is just fucking stupid. This is just, I don't care about the linear algebra. I don't care about the neural networks. I don't care about the vector fucking databases or whatever else. This concept is stupid. But the companies are all out there and they're trying to get that investment money, right? OpenAI right now, they're on their round. There's some tier in the current round. They're trying to get like $40 billion of investment so that they can be valued at $500 billion. And so the whole question is what happens when your product is not nearly as valuable as you try to argue it is? Right? What happens when you actually do have, these companies do have revenue, but they don't really have profit. They don't, right? The big thing that they do is they go out and they start hiring people. Right? Look, obviously we're successful. Obviously we're successful because we're hiring people. And not only are we hiring people, we're paying these people a shit ton of money, right? So with like Meta came out, there's some kid, he's a fucking kid, 24 years old. God bless him. Kid, God bless. Cash that check. Don't get me wrong here. Take that money. Motherfucker, this kid's coming out like dropped out of a PhD program. Meta has offered him $200 million for a 4-year contract. What product is he going to create? Who the fuck knows? What's the return on investment gonna be? Who the fuck knows? What problem is he solving? Eli! God damn it. It's 2025. You're asking the wrong questions. So anyways, Meta is just laying out billions of dollars on pay packages to get all of the rock stars in their company. But surprise, surprise, they don't actually seem to have a plan. And this is going to be a curious thing to follow. If you really want to understand the problem in the tech industry right now, just follow this AI fucking disaster. This AI shit show is just the latest iteration of the shit shows we've been going through over the past 15 years, when tech has been entirely driven by investor dollars and not by revenue and profit. Right? Anyways, coming from CNBC, Meta puts the brakes on its massive AI talent spending spree. So, yes, Meta is stopping the hiring of all the AI talent. Because not really sure what to do with them. Meta Platforms has paused hiring for its new artificial intelligence division. The company confirmed Thursday, ending a spending spree that saw it acquire a wave of costly AI researchers and engineers. The pause went into effect last week amid a broader restructuring of the group, citing people familiar with the matter. So they have this whole super intelligence group. What does super intelligence mean? Who the fuck knows? Why is it valuable? Who the fuck knows? But anyways, they have this whole super intelligence group. Apparently it's been like reorged like 4 times the past couple of years. Because there is nothing that says your CEO knows what the hell is going on. Like yet another reorg of your departments. Anyways. In a statement shared with CNBC, a Meta spokesperson said that the pause was simply, quote, some basic organizational planning, creating a solid structure for our new superintelligence efforts after bringing people on board and undertaking yearly budgeting and planning exercises. Meta has been aggressively spending on AI this year. That included efforts to poach top talent from other AI companies with offers said to include signing bonuses as high as $100 million. Think about this. The signing bonus, the bonus is $100 million. In one of its most aggressive moves, Meta acquired Alexander Wang, founder of Scale AI, as part of a deal that saw the Facebook parent dish out $14.3 billion for a 49% stake in the AI startup. The sudden AI hiring pause by the owner of Facebook and Instagram comes amid growing concerns that investments in AI are moving too fast and a broader sell-off of U.S. technology stocks this week. So yeah, that is currently what is happening in the Meta front. They hired a lot of people. They don't really know what to do with all the people that they hired. So they're pausing the hiring process. What will happen next? I don't know. Like, what does a severance package look like for somebody you're paying $200 million? It's like, oh yeah, it was so sad. It was so sad. Facebook fired me. And then I bought this 500-foot yacht for my severance package. But I think this is a bigger thing to be considering. Like one of the issues we have right now in the tech world is this whole hyper-focus on artificial intelligence. And I really want you to grasp the concept that everybody is lying to. Hey, you can say I'm lying to. I'm lying to you too. Anyways, everybody's lying to you. Your mama's lying to you, your papa's lying to you, your boss is lying to you, the president of the fucking United States is definitely fucking lying to you, right? Because the whole thing is, we need to keep people confident in our system. Our systems in this country might be failing. Our country might be teetering a little bit. And so people are desperate to try to make folks feel comfortable with our system, right? And we had this before in the tech world, right? So basically there was this idea that everybody needed to learn to code. Now it was fascinating, right? And Obama, we'll go back to the Democrats, Obama, right? Everybody needs to know how to code, right? In our society, many people literally don't know how to cook. This is true. Many people don't know how to cook. They don't know how to change the oil on their car. They don't really understand how the stock market functions, right? There's a lot of stuff, what you would consider basic concepts that Americans simply do not know. But they do need to learn to code. And why is that? Why? Because it gives people hope. There was a book years ago, Naomi Klein. She was woke before people knew what woke was. Anyways, Naomi Klein, there's a book called No Logo. And in the book, talking with No Logo, it was talking about the whole idea of radio sweepstakes. Radio, what's that? Anyways, radio sweepstakes, right? So this thing is basically lotteries on the radio. If you're the 5th caller, if you're the 100th caller, if you're the whateverth caller, you win $1 million or whatever. And it was interesting, Naomi Klein was talking about that and talking about how it's used to manipulate the people, right? Because the idea there is that there is the chance, there is the opportunity that you can rise out of the position that you're in. You may be in poverty, you may be in destitution, you may not be able to see a way out, right? Personally, but the fact that somebody could win $1 million or $50 million or whatever else in like a radio sweepstakes or a lottery or something like that, that shows you that there is the ability to escape. Right? It's very, I know it's Orwellian, it's very, very dystopian 1980s sci-fi concept there. But it's kind of interesting. If you look at basically the technology world, you look at boot camps and all that kind of stuff. If you look back to like 2015 timeframe, it was basically kind of sort of the same idea, right? If you were a coal miner and you lost your job, right? Well, if there's somebody that you might know that went to a coding boot camp and came out and made $150,000 a year, that showed you that there was the ability to get out of your circumstances. And the good thing about things like coding boot camps is that it put the onus on you. It's not that society is failing you. It's not that the foundations of your community are cracking. It's that you are too lazy to go out and make your life better. Ergo, your circumstances are your own damn fault, right? And so we saw that with the big tech boom. And I've argued this for a long time. Or it just didn't make a fucking amount of sense, right? Like this, I don't get it. Like, we literally don't have enough houses. We literally don't have enough houses. We literally don't have enough hospitals. Our food system is a fucking disaster in this country. But for some reason, everybody needs to know JavaScript, right? As soon as everybody knows JavaScript, heart attacks are gonna go away. What? That's not how heart attacks work. It's just not how heart attacks work. Anyways, right? But there was that massive push. Everybody had to learn to code. And the issue is that's falling apart right now, right? Because tens of thousands, there's like 100,000, I think this year alone, there's already been 100,000 plus tech layoffs, right? Last year, there was like 250,000 tech layoffs. The year before, it was also around 100,000 tech layoffs. The fact of the matter is the tech market is just doing what the fuck it was gonna do, right? You put a rocket on a turkey, the fucker ain't flying. It will hit the ground again, but it's gonna hit the ground again, and parts of Turkey are going to go in all directions. That's what's happening with our industry right now. Our industry is hitting the ground and parts are going out in different directions. So the problem is for your mommy, the problem is for your daddy, the problem is for your professors, the problem is for all the authority figures, right? If you grasp how screwed we all are, you might get even more depressed than you are. Like what do you do? What do you do with a generation of young people that are already the most suicidal generation to ever exist? Like, think about this for a second, right? The young people, the Gen Zers nowadays, as it stands, are already the most suicidal motherfuckers out there. Right? It's not even that they don't want to have kids. They are so depressed about the world. It's not that they don't want to have kids. It's not that they're going out there and banging but using a lot of condoms. They don't even want to have sex anymore. Right? I really want you to grasp this for a second, right? Like, we can talk about civilizations and what civilizations need. You need water supplies, and you need sewer systems, and you need communication, you need education. You know what you really need? You need people to have sex. That's what you fucking need. If your people do not have fucking sex, civilization just fucking ends. It doesn't matter how good your education system is, doesn't matter how good your sewer system is, doesn't matter whether you're using fiber optic lines or goddamn Pony Express. If your young people ain't fucking doing the deed, your civilization's gonna go down the toilet. Our young people right now are so fundamentally depressed, they don't want to even go through the action, right? When I talk with young people now and I bring up sex, it's amazing how many are like, yeah. Like what? They're not even frustrated. Fucking incels? Man, incel, that shit's like 2017. They're not frustrated. They're just like, yeah, I don't know, sex. I heard about it. It's just not my thing. And then you hear that from lots of them, and you're like, oh shit. So think about this. Our young people are the most suicidal, basically in history, and they literally don't want to go through the motions of procreation, much less actually do the whole deed. And so I think that's where AI comes in. So you hear Trump come out and you hear these authority figures come out and they're like, you need to learn AI. Look, I'm in the tech. What the fuck does that even mean? Like those are words without meaning. This idea that you just need to learn AI. Like that's the thing, right? Like the coal miners needed to learn to code, and now the JavaScript developers need to learn AI. What in AI? Prompt engineering, RAG, context engineering, image development, workflows, robotics. When you say AI, what the hell does that mean? And then you look at our president and go, you think that jackass knows what the fuck is going on? No, right? And I think that's the thing that I'm concerned about right now is there's this massive push to drive people into quote unquote learning AI without figuring out what the fuck it is we're supposed to do. Is artificial intelligence going to improve swinging a hammer? Right, I was talking to a buddy of mine last night, and he's looking at doing an addition to his house. So we were in Asheville, North Carolina. He has a mid-century house. That's hilarious. It's so weird when you get older and people start saying things like mid-century. You're like, oh shit? That's what we used to call it in the 1980s. You're like, oh, that's a shit house. Oh no, now it's a mid-century. It's a mid-century revival or whatever. It makes a crappy rancher sound fancy. Anyways, he has a mid-century. He's looking at putting a renovation on, right? So he's looking at pushing out the back, putting in a bathroom, and redoing the kitchen, right? So think about that. So pushing out, bigger, better, master bedroom, master bathroom, expanding the kitchen, and making it better. What do you think his current not appraisal, current estimate is? Currently, his best estimate so far is $150,000 to $200,000. True story. Well, you got to think about it, right? Here in Asheville, prices have gone through the roof. All the people that have moved here know how to code. They're remote workers. So they're making a lot of money from code. They don't necessarily know how to change the oil in their car. So you have a lot of people that know how to swing a hammer, and all of a sudden they are massively in demand because you have a lot of people with money that want things that we all thought were, I mean, I'm not saying it shouldn't cost anything, but $200,000, right? Anyways. And so now that's the thing, right? The cost to do improvements to your house are going through the roof. The cost to build houses are going through the roof. The cost to do any kind of manual labor stuff is going through the roof. And what is the Trump administration telling us to do? What are the authority figures telling us to do? Are they telling us to learn how to swing a hammer? No, they're telling us how to learn AI. Oh, because this is the playbook they always use. Right? I don't know. They always go to the tech world. Learn AI because AI is somehow better than swinging hammer. So, I don't know. Be careful with us. These companies are majorly hiring for these AI positions, but they don't know why they're doing it. They don't have a plan. It's not even that they don't have a good plan. Most of them don't have a fucking plan. They're just doing it as they always do it because they were supposed to do it. You're now being told to learn AI, not because AI is going to solve valuable problems for our society, but because everybody knows that you're supposed to learn AI. So you're gonna go out there and you're gonna learn AI, you're gonna get the certifications and all that kind of stuff, and then in a year or so, you're not going to get hired because nobody's gonna know what the hell to do with you. All right. Anyways, that's the reality. And this is why I hate the jobs question. This is why I fundamentally fucking hate the jobs question. I fucking hate the jobs question with a fucking passion because this has nothing to do with your certifications. This has nothing to do with your education. This has nothing to do with you're motivated or disciplined or anything else. So much of what is going on in our industry right now is simply financial machinations of the worst that humanity has ever birthed. Whether or not you get a job, whether or not you progress in your career is based on so much off the wall, back crap, crazy shit at this point that, again, going out there and just getting a job. I don't know, what the fuck do I say? What do you say? What do you say for people to how to get a job? How to solve problems? Yes. How to go out, create your own consulting company or whatever and try to get clients? Yes. How to add value? How to add massive value? How to hide the profit margin within your bills? I can answer those questions. This whole job shit, who the fuck knows? They don't know what the fuck going on. Look at this, Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is supposed to be one of the masters of the fucking universe. And this jackass has been spinning in circles for a decade now, throwing billions of dollars around on fucking failed projects. Maybe that should be the advice for getting a job. Hey, yeah, you see the next thing coming down the pike in the tech world? That's the stupidest damn thing you've seen, right? Look at what's coming down the pipes in the tech world. Figure out the stupidest goddamn one of them, and then hyper focus on that. Because apparently, in 5 years, you'll get a $100 million contract in order to build the stupidest shit that's not going to do anything. Apparently, that's the way to go. Anyways, now I'm probably just ranting. I'm probably just ranting and screaming. You're probably like, you know, he kind of made sense up until halfway through this video. Now he's just kind of fucking screaming and bitching and swearing a lot. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about our industry a lot of the time. Anyways, what do you think about Meta putting the brakes on AI hiring? What do you think about it seems as if they still don't know what the fuck they're actually doing. Do you feel like this extrapolates to the rest of the industry and the rest of our society by and large? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down. Call me amazing. Call me a moron. It's all in there. Oh, Lord. It's all an interaction, apparently. That's all that really matters. Anyways, just put the comment down below. See y'all later.